What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the Uverse? It's your boy MtnMoto coming at you today with a little bit of a different message. Today, I'm going to teach you how to be bulletproof on a motorcycle. Ha! Now, what do I mean by being bulletproof? It's actually something I learned a long time ago, and not on a motorcycle. It's actually taught it by a Shidoshi. He taught me the key to being bulletproof is not wearing armor, because there's always a chink in the armor. The key to being bulletproof in any situation is don't put yourself in a situation where a bullet might be fired at you. I can hear you guys talking, and don't worry, I'm going to fill in the gaps for you. How the hell does this tie into motorcycles, Mountain? Here's how it does. Bulletproof ties into motorcycles, especially now, because we've got this notion of going fast on the street, of pushing it on the street. And this is another thing that I want to share with you guys, and it's something that I teach my daughter all the time. And she knows this turn, so she's slowing way down. She's learned. We don't have the Cenas on because she doesn't like listening to me vlog. Or she might be vlogging herself, I hope. I don't know. So how can you be bulletproof on a motorcycle, Mountain? I hear you guys asking me that. Here's how you do that. You know your abilities. You know your motorcycle. You know the road. Know those three. And never, ever on the streets exceed about 65 to 70% of the capabilities of any one of those three. And that's absolutely key. And I know it sounds like a lot of math. It's not. It's just numbers. I'm just throwing them out. They're just quantifiable. The big one there is know your ability. And the reason why I bring it up is because when I was coming up, when I was learning the two-wheel life, the way I was taught, and it makes absolute sense, and it has proven itself to me multiple times, a human being learns best when they are allowed to make mistakes and recover from them. If you're pushing yourself at 85, 90, 100, 110% of your actual capacity, which I've seen people out there on YouTube doing, and I know it because I can see their reactions in their body. I can see how they're positioning themselves. I know they're going beyond their comfort zone looking for views. And I've ridden with people that push themselves too far as well. When you do that, you're eliminating your ability to recover. You're eliminating your ability to learn, to absorb something, to figure out, you know what, I pushed it too hard right there. I was a bit too abrupt on the throttle, either going on or coming off. I trail braked too much. I was in the wrong gear, so when I slipped on the throttle, I had too much torque. Who knows what it is? But if you don't have the opportunity to immediately afterwards think about what happened, replay it in your mind, and make an adaptation, you'll never really truly grow. Now, opportune learning happens at right around 70%, give or take. 70% of your capability and your bike's capability will push the limits. You will lose traction. You will be driving right on the edge of lanes. You will be having a harder time maintaining lane position, track position in this case, and here's why. Do that on the track. 70% and above is reserved for track time only. And I mean only. And here's why. I've high-sided at 95 miles an hour. I flew through the air like Superman. And if I was on the street, I would be yet another tale, and we all know who I'm talking about, that's now done it twice in 6 months. And if you've watched his videos, he's got 18 months under his belt on two wheels, and he's pushing it, calling himself Street Rossi. You ain't no Street Rossi at 18 months. Is he a very talented rider? Yes. Does he need way more than one track day to be able to call himself anything approaching a Street Rossi? Oh, hell yeah. You need thousands of miles on the track because you need hundreds of experiences at 70, 75%, where you are correcting certain behaviors and certain things that you do. I'm just following the ragdoll rocket now. I like this. She's leading. Oh, maybe she's turning around. So like I said, you need hundreds of those occasions where you're correcting yourself. You need thousands of miles on a track in a controlled circumstance. I think she's going back over. She's probably getting hungry. Whoop. Yep, she's going back over. Okay. And that's your opportune learning time. That's when I learned the most. I haven't done a whole boatload of track days. I've done a few. And I've learned so much on those track days. Now, these were years ago. We're talking college times. I love my girl. I love my Duchess. But the lessons learned during those few track times have stuck. Simple things that I don't claim to be an expert of, and I'm not an expert rider. I am not Rossi. I am competent, and I know how to be bulletproof, or pretty darn close to it. At least I'm not going to shoot myself. And that's the catch on a bike. There's two people holding the gun. Either you can shoot yourself, or one of these cagers can shoot you. So at least we can eliminate one gun. We can eliminate one bullet by using your brain. If you pay attention to your bike and what your bike is telling you, you can learn tons at 60%. I've learned tons about this bike at 60%. Now, this is also ties into why, honestly, I could give two fucks about chicken strips. And here's why. This is what I've learned. I would rather have my bike vertical and me horizontal than the other way around. And the only way to eliminate all of your chicken strips on the street is either push it up, push your bike, because if you're eliminating 100% of your chicken strips, you're pushing your bike to 80 to 90% of its cornering potential, possibly even beyond that. And you are now inviting disaster. So I don't worry about chicken strips. I'll give people grief, especially young kids that do focus on them, but I could give two shits. When I'm riding behind somebody, if I see them start to go and accelerate and getting really good lean angles in their corners and they're not moving their hips, you bet your ass I'm going to talk to them. Get yourself horizontal before your bike does, because getting yourself horizontal will help keep your bike from doing it. Twist of the wrist too, boys and girls. Corners Bible. There's a new video out on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. It's not my channel. I have nothing affiliated with them, but I highly, 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 highly recommend Twist of the Wrist 2. And if you're not a reader, at least watch that corny ass early 90s movie religiously. You will learn so much, and it will give you so many things to work on. But if you've got a butt shifted, or even like this, and I'm just shifting my upper body, it still enables my bike to stay more upright. Because my bike is more upright, it now has, I'm only using 10% of my bike's cornering ability, and I'm using 30% of my personal cornering ability, because I haven't shifted hips yet, I haven't moved my butt, I'm just moving my upper body. If I see something mid-corner, I can make an adjustment, because I have wiggle room. If I'm fully tilt boogie, I don't have wiggle room, dude. You're locked into that line. So if you come around a corner and there's a deer, what you gonna do? You gonna stand that bike up? Or are you more than likely going to target fixate and smack your ass a deer? And the bad thing about that is you don't have a trunk to put the deer in, so you don't even get to take it home in your totaled bike. Hopefully you're walking away from it. So that's the message, boys and girls. That's how you become bulletproof on a motorcycle. Control your circumstances. Know your roads. Like, I haven't been on this road today. I haven't been on this road in a couple weeks. It feels bad. It feels so bad. But noticeably, they've been doing shoulder work. That's what's kicked up all this gravel up onto the road. And there's more gravel on this road today than I've seen even over the winter. So thankfully, I'm a responsible rider. Ragdoll is a responsible rider. So we're riding well within our controllable limits. And even if we hit a gravel patch or a couple buddies, I've got no problems on any of these corners taking a hand off the handlebars and giving the signal mid-turn. Because I've got that kind of wiggle room, dude. So leave yourself wiggle room. In that wiggle room is where you can dodge bullets. Now, if you guys like this message, if you want to hear more, please leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. And as always, keep that shiny side up, motherfuckers. I love y'all. Peace. She's doing good, but she's not moving her upper body.